Okay, welcome to week 2 of Operation Get Strong and Sexy. This is the third training session for Sammy and Aaron, and it was a very, very good training session. So first up, I want to show you some mobility drills that I've been giving Sammy to work on her ankle mobility. Now this left side looks a little bit worse than her right side, but I put the knee close to the foot here. If the knee's farther away, it tends to not be as good of a drill. So get this back knee close to this foot, so it's kind of more like a squat. You're more sitting over your body. And anyway, I tell her to do this every day, and she's not very good at homework, but Sammy and Aaron watch these videos, so these videos are very good for them to see and hear my feedback. So the more often she does this, and again, I think she gets further with this right leg than her left leg, but the more frequently she does this, the better it is, the more effective it's going to be for her. I will also mention that, I'll pause it here, this knee is coming out pretty far over the foot. I've seen a lot worse scenarios here, but again, our left side looks a bit worse. And now here, I'm going to pause it. This is a kind of a motor control drill. I'm trying to teach Sammy what it feels like to relax and kind of go into posterior pelvic tilt and lumbar flexion and butt wink. And then what it feels like to arch. She needs to learn and feel these lower erector spinae muscles contracting, keeping her pelvis in anterior tilt and keeping that lumbar extension. And also, when you do that, your knees will go forward, which makes you realize you need good ankle dorsiflexion. So I have her kind of relax and just go real deep into a squat, and then go up into a neutral spine. Now she could use maybe a little bit more lordosis here, but it's her first week of learning this. So this now what's nice here is you see this nice lumbar extension. You can see she is getting past parallel. Now again, this doesn't mimic a squat because she's holding onto a pole. If she had a bar on her back, she'd probably fall backwards. She'd need to lean a little bit more or get more dorsiflexion. But either way, it's a good drill to teach her the right muscles to do the job. So I'm having her do this every day as well. So again, she goes deep down into flexion, and she feels her muscles here. She would feel her erectors and everything, and her glutes and everything working to try and hold this position. So this is a good drill for her to learn the right motor control, and I think she has, her mobility is not that bad. She has the raw materials to get good squat depth without butt winking. I think she has super strong glutes, and the glutes work a little bit better when in posterior pelvic tilt. It's hard to have the glutes work ideally and also keep a good anterior tilt. So that's Sammy's problem. And she doesn't get hurt the way she squats either. She never has. So, okay, now I'm moving on to sumo deadlifts. That was the first exercise for the day. And this is the first time Erin has ever done them. You can see she tries to use the hips. She doesn't sink down and use the knees a lot. But either way, this 135 is flying up for her. She's stronger in the sumo position. We didn't know that. This is the first time she's ever done sumo deadlifts. She gets 5 reps. And now here's Sammy using 225, and she gets 3 reps here. Sammy, this is a PR for her, but she just kind of does a wide stance conventional deadlift. Those knees could go out more. She could keep the hips lower, but I was trying to see, she had done a warm-up set, and I was trying to jump her up quick. Here's Erin with this is 175, and this is a 1 rep max for her, actually, 175. And then I have her do 135 for reps. She gets 6 reps again, and this time she has a little bit better form. So I think I'm gonna keep having both girls do both conventional and sumo because they both feed off each other, and it's really important to learn both of them initially. Now Erin got a boo-boo on her, or Sammy got a boo-boo on her knee from doing her sumo deadlifts. We have a video that we didn't record. Okay, now here's Sammy learning front squats. You can see she winced in pain. It hurts her shoulders. This is a very knurled bar. You should be wearing a t-shirt when front squatting. But this is 115 pounds. I wasn't sure what to expect. Sammy has a wide stance with sumo. That's okay. You don't have to do narrow stance sumos. You can do wide stance. Now here's Erin moving on to close grip bench. Very good form. This is her, her first time learning close grip, and that's 85 pounds. Now here is Sammy doing a 135-pound front squat. Great form, and her butt wink is improving. She's keeping that arch better already in her second week of squatting. So she's very good at front squatting. I was very impressed that she could do 135 for reps for her very first time doing front squats. Alright, here's Erin again with close grip bench, and this here is 85 pounds. I'm trying to work with her form. Everything looks tight, looks good. She lifts her butt off the bench, see there? So that's not she does not truly get 85 pounds, but nevertheless, it's good to try heavier weight, get accustomed to it. Now here's Sammy learning close grip, and you can see she's trying to flare the elbows, so I'm trying to get her to tuck. Sammy has a lot of variability with her bench in that the bar will touch down at different points each time. Over time, as you gain experience and proficiency with the close grip bench or with any bench variation, you get better at lowering that bar to the same point each time. But this is 65 pounds. I really like Sammy's form here. Her leg drive looks good. Her keeps a good low back arch. Over time, she will become more stable and not as loose. That's something that takes a while to learn. Keep in mind, this is her second time really doing bench this way, and this is her first time doing close grip bench. Now here's Erin. First time doing front squats. I didn't know what to expect. There she is using 65 pounds. Knee valgus looks great here. And I could tell this was very easy, so this was a very light load. So we went heavier next set. Here's Sammy again. Now here's an 85-pound close grip bench. Looked great. Looked easy because she used really good form. She's a little bit wobbly, but she gets 3 reps here. Wobbly, but holds good position. That's not easy to do your first time learning close grip bench, so I was impressed there. Now here's Erin with 85 pounds on the front squat. Again, looks easy. A little bit of knee valgus, especially with that right leg, comes in more. But gets 5 reps and gets really good depth on these. She's not that far off from her conventional and her front squats, or her back squats and front squats are very similar. So here's Sammy trying a 95 pound. She just got 85 for 3. You'd think she would get 95, but look at where she lowers the bar, and look at watch. She doesn't get it. So anyway, she'll get that next week. This is just beginners learning a new skill, and since they're going to be competing in 5 more weeks, I want them to get experience with 1 rep maxes. I don't just want to do triples and sets of 5s and 3s, because they need to get experience. They're fast forwarding their progress here. Now here's Erin with a 115 pound, or is that 105? 105 pound front squat. She gets 2 reps. Knees came in a little bit. We're working on that. Okay, here's Sammy again with 95 pounds. I'm trying to tell her how to keep better position, and then she really does not do well on this rep. But again, this is why getting strong takes time. I remember the first time I learned close grip bench press, my elbows wanted to flare. So look how high she lowers it, and then she tries to adjust, and then okay, not working there. So we switched from close grip, went to goblet squats. This is Sammy's first time learning goblet squats, trying to work on that butt wink. I just told her go deep, and this is lighter weight, but try to keep that arch. But you can see she winks a lot, loses the curve. But a lot of trainers have a lot of confusion on this area. Well, there's a lot of lifters like Captain Kirk. He was a legendary powerlifter. He had massive butt wink when he squatted, but he never hurt himself. He did that his whole life. I suspect Sammy's the same. She could probably do this her whole career and never have pain. She doesn't hurt herself. But we're trying to work on it, and I think it's already improving, especially in week 2 of her workouts. But nevertheless, I think the goblet squats are good for her. You can see her depth is kind of all over the place. Sometimes she goes deeper, sometimes not as deep. But I think I'm going to give her, I like giving them higher rep goblet squats for extra practice. Now here's Erin with goblet squats. This is her first time doing them, and she's sinking them rock bottom. And what I like is Erin, this prevents her from collapsing in at the knees, because I tell her elbows have to go between her legs. So you can see this is a great tool for Erin because she has the tendency to collapse. I would like to see her keep the torso a little more upright and get the knees forward a little more. But again, first time learning goblet squats. It's okay. We'll get better at this. And then, so I have them do the squats, bench, or squats, deadlifts, and bench press with high weight, low reps. They don't get any metabolic stress from doing these. So now I'm having them do higher rep goblet squats, higher rep hip thrusts. This is actually 245 pounds. See those plates? Those are 100 pounders. So she got like 6 reps. And now here's Sammy. This is 295. It doesn't look that heavy, but those are 100-pound plates. See how hard it is for her to get into position. This is why I need to bring the hip thruster with me. I've been lazy and I forgot it. Next, I told the girls to remind me to bring the hip thruster next week because it just makes things so much easier. But this is Sammy with 295. I told her to get 6 to 8 reps. She uses very good form. Looks nice and smooth. Looks like she's getting full range. Sammy has a tendency to look to the right when she does these. Anyway, this was a very good set. I was very happy with it. And then, again, 245 pounds for Erin. This is the heaviest she's done with hip thrusts. And she's already seeing results with her glutes. Her glutes are already getting more muscular just from working with me the last month. But she's manhandling 245 pounds. Keep in mind she weighs 100. So, and let's see, this is again 295 for Sammy again. She keeps screwing up, and it's hard to get in position with this setup we have. With the hip thruster, it's easy, but let's see. I think she's off balance here. She doesn't like this pad, so we get rid of that guy there, and then makes it easier for her. Some people's feet slide on that wood. Sammy doesn't, though. Sammy keeps her feet a little bit too close. See that? I like the shins to be at a right angle. Sammy's always kind of lifted like this. But this was kind of a worthless set. See that? It's not a good set. Terrible set there. That was 295. She's sliding down. Her feet are falling forwards. Anyway, kind of a worthless set. If we had the hip thruster, they'd all be good sets. But I'll bring that next week. Now here's Erin with a burnout. This is 135. I can't remember how many she gets, but we're doing this to get the burn, to get the metabolic stress. Oh, she gets 20 reps. Yeah. So this is a good burn for Erin. Nice 20 rep set. Erin likes to hold it just shy of lockout, and I have to tell her squeeze the glutes up a little higher. When she does these, her butt burns incredibly bad, so this is good. And now here's Sammy with 185. Much better setup. See how the shins are more vertical this set? And she's in good position here. So she busts out 20 reps here. 7 Sammy hates high rep work, just like me. I hate high reps, but Sammy's very strong. Busts out 185 for 20 with good form. Feet are in much better position this time. Vertical shins, and it's much easier for her. Holds that lockout. She's always been good at lockout. Now I'm teaching them bent over rows. This is the first time they're learning bent over rows. I really like the way Erin does them. See that back position? And I like doing bent over rows more with the torso more horizontal like that, and out in front of the body more. So sitting back, getting a good torque on the hips. But with Sammy, it's hard for her to hold that position. Now that is very good position for Sammy because she tends to round. So this is a great set for Sammy. I was very happy with this. Ideally, I'd like her to be more horizontal, but this is as good as she can get. And then here's Erin. This is a very good exercise for Erin. This torches her glutes, and her glutes you can feel palpate her glutes when she does these. They get rock hard. This is one of her best exercises for tension and for metabolic stress, and it works both her upper and lower glutes. And she's using 2 bands here, a blue and a green band. And here's Sammy using 2 blue bands. Sammy, it's weird. Sometimes she feels these a ton if she gets into the right position, and sometimes she doesn't. It's just hit or miss, and it has to do with her. See there, she's burning really bad. She feels like her glutes are about to pull, but then other times she doesn't even feel her glutes working much. Yeah, so this is a good exercise for Sammy. She just has to learn to do it in the right position.